All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Voyagers and the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
Line 28.
Recon, 132 fighter. Fire.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 30. Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready?
Check Mike 39. Not today, you are. Not today.
They'll try the left side. Womack. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now back to throw, and it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on first down. Hollis. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. On second down now. It's Pope, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Ready? 80 weapon. 15 line. 15 line. Hey, Haywood! Hey, Orbit!
Check mark 27.
To throw on third down. Hollis. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. The 15 yards through the air and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Bravo! Hey!
You.
Pilot, 64, weak. Be careful.
They run it with Pope. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
We take a win. 2-jet bomber. Hey, wahoo!
Now a give, right side. Pope. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Go! 70, Indy.
On 1st down, it's Pope. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Hey, we gotta get the stop here, D.
Smooth.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hollis. That is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check. 218, chop. Go.
We're scoreless after 1.
Go now. Ken Lobo.
There we go. What time?
Hey!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, Hollis flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean? Break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run on first down. Pope. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Go!
On second down, it's Pope. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Pope. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. On first down, it's Pope, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down, Hollis. Montez Sweat in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hollis. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is Miller, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Boy, he ran 3 there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, Zoo!
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Hey, Alpha!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete.
Ready, set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Looking to throw on second down. Hollis. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. I got one.
Deep grip.
Here's Poe. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now another timeout called for by the offense.
Let's get that ball, Let's get that ball right here. Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27.
Go.
Just like that. Just like that.
Hey, go.
To throw on second down. Hollis nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun. Hollis throwing the out route incomplete. That's Armstrong. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And this one is right down the middle. And that will make our score 9-0. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down, Voyager.
Check 26, check 26.
Check 20.
Quickstone, travel.
This is Pope. And an alley to run. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down. Pope. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now a give right side. It's Pope, and he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check, check. Press down.
On third and short, going with their tight end. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's got Miller. Touchdown! Scott Miller, his 21st touchdown of the season, as they are able to cut into that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready?
On first down, Pope. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
64.
Back to throw. Hollis got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
I got you, boy.
That's good for 28 yards.
Ready? 30 base.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Now.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check.
Yeah.
Let him know.
Get.
Pope. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. They'll run on first down. It's Pope, and he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You draw Porter.
On second down now, it's Pope. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. This offense so far on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. On third down, Pope. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. 15 yards there for number 15. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll set up the throw. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Back to throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run with Pope again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they bring their punter out there now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! Amari Cooper, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And they got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. They were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
On first down, it's Pope. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Apke. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Hollis, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.